Hello peeps, I hope we're having an amazing Tuesday. I wanted to talk to you guys today about mindset shift through motherhood. And the reason why I want to talk about it is I think that, a lot of the time when we become new mothers, we do go through a huge kind of mindset shift. We move into that maternal place. We have this new amazing baby that we love more than anything else on this planet, and it's you can find yourself at a place where you're really kind of trying to find your feet as a new mother, and kind of where you sit in the world, particularly if you've had a career, and you're trying to kind of work out who you are. And the reason I want to talk about that is because that's what happened to me, and I know this happens to a lot of us, and certainly if we've had kind of a full-blown career and then we become a mother, that for me, I remember when I was pregnant with Arthur, I found that really quite overwhelming because I'd built this huge amazing corporate property career, and I wasn't quite sure how it was all going to work out when I had Arthur. And when I was pregnant, I remember people saying to me, but you can't understand how much you're going to love this child until it arrives. And Arthur was born, and of course it completely changed my world, and I love him more than anything else on this planet. And I think for career women, in particular, if you've had something that you're super passionate about, it can be really quite a scary place to try and find your feet and work out, what I want to be the best mother I can, but I also want to have a career, and we can feel really, really torn. And I know I suffered enormously with anxiety in that period, and I returned to work in corporate London. I got on that train, I left Arthur with a nanny for 11 hours every day, and I saw him for half an hour every day, and I started to have anxiety attacks, and I got signed off work. And as you know, if you've been watching my story, I reached a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. And actually for a very long time, I felt quite lost as a person because I was this mother. I obviously love Arthur more than anything else in the world. But for me, I'm super, super ambitious and career driven. But I wanted to be the best parent to my child at the same time. And so, it's okay if you're at that stage in your life where you're returning to work and maybe it's working for you, and that's fine. I think for a lot of mothers that does work, and there's obviously nothing wrong with that. But it can also be a really important time to try to take a step back. But trying to take a step back when you're kind of a new mum and you've got everything on your plate with your new baby and everything else can be really, really hard. And I just wanted to say, I have been there. It took me quite a long time to figure out kind of who I was as a new mother and what I wanted to be to other people. But I knew that ultimately I didn't want to be in the corporate world anymore. I didn't want to do a job where I felt like I was not giving anything back to other people. And I wanted to have a career that meant that I could be around my child, but also have a real sense of purpose and have something that was kind of a huge vision. That's something I was hugely passionate about because I am really career driven. And I think when we become a parent and mother, we feel as though that kind of has to fall by the wayside. But remember, if that forms part of who you are, you're going to be a better parent if you're still able to fulfill that side of your personality. And so what I found with what I do here as an entrepreneur, helping other people on their complete wellness journeys, whilst mentoring my team through kind of mindset issues, but also becoming the healthiest version of their self, I've managed to strike that balance. Now, I will say there is no balance. People think that when they become a mother, they can have this career and that it's all going to be balanced. If you want to achieve something monumental, which is what I'm looking at here with my incredible global team, there is a period of imbalance. And yes, it means that I get to spend more time with my son, time that I wouldn't have had. I get to drop him off and pick him up and really enjoy our quality time, but it does come at the expense of family life when you're building an empire and a career. And I know in a couple of years' time it will have all been worthwhile because I'm one of the top influencers in the UK, and obviously that comes with its work. But don't feel like you have to give all of that up when you become a new parent, because I certainly felt like that for a while, and it took me a while to find my feet. And now I have. I want to say it's okay to feel like you want to still have a career and everything else if that's what the kind of parent that you want to be. And of course, it's not for everyone. But I hope that's been useful for some of you amazing ladies out there. And if you've got any queries on what I recently spoke about, then just drop me a message and I'll be delighted to help. Take care.